I just paid my taxes.
Oh,
I might throw up.
no, don't do that.
I might have a glass of wine at 3:30 on a Wednesday afternoon. Oh, God.
It was like that.
Deep breaths.
Shout out to everybody that's paying their taxes last minute. She posted this 2 days ago, y'all. Your girl looked stressed over here. And by the sounds of it, I'm sure it was a big chunk of change. And I feel her.
Just got an email from my CPA. I now owe $134,000 in taxes for this year. Now, you may be thinking, oh my gosh, that's crazy. I was looking at 300. Okay.
Oh my gosh. I just know she made a lot of money. It's still a blessing that it came down. Like, I'm happy for her. But man, $175,000. So the IRS just was like, we want to buy a house with your money. We want to
But my CPA. Let's talk about taxes. I feel like people are scared to make money because they feel like taxes are going to like decimate their, what they made. And while granted, yes, they do. The way I see it, I would rather make so much money that I have to pay 6 figures in taxes because I made 7 figures. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like a blessing and a curse. You know what I mean? But I would always rather pay taxes than get $2,000 back at the end of the year. So please don't be scared of making money because, oh my gosh, that's so much in taxes. Because if you're paying that much, that means that you made astronomically more than that. Don't let taxes stop you from wanting to be wealthy. But 134 still hurts.
And what's funny is I had a similar conversation with someone in my family. They said the same thing. Like, are you scared to make more money? It's like, no. Like, why would I be scared to progress? The way I see that is that's another journey in itself. And so maybe you're going to end up learning something on the way of making more money. You'll probably be able to understand taxes even better because you're making more money, and doesn't mean you're super rich. And maybe you're learning more about money just from the simple fact that you have more and you have hands-on experience with this sort of money. Now, it can go both ways, though. If you're like extremely irresponsible and you don't really care about how you're managing your money, this can absolutely backfire because she sounds like she has the money, but we know people who have a lot of money or gained a lot of money over short period of time or small period of time, and you see them go to jail for not paying their taxes. But what you also seen was how they were spending money recklessly online, and that can get crazy. I've seen people do stuff like this, but they're typically like celebrities or people that average people think are rich. Some of them go to jail because they're not paying their taxes. I don't think it's because they didn't have the money. I think it's that they weren't managing it right. So like in her case, I don't know how much money she makes, but let's just say she did not have that $175,000 laying around, or she blew it because as money is coming in, she gets rid of it. She would be in trouble. She would be trying to work something out at this point. And then she said that came down from $300,000, which is crazy. So imagine not having the $300,000. And I know a lot of people be like, tax the rich, blah, blah, blah. Until you got to pay $1,000. Then you're like, wait a minute, I'm not talking about me. This my little TikTok side income, whatever. They freak out about that because they like, no, I'm not rich. That doesn't apply to me. It's like, no, Uncle Sam wants your money. Uncle Sam wants something from all of us.
But I only fear God and the IRS. I will be paying mine.
I literally just did my taxes and I owe money. I call my dad. I'm like, did I do this right? He's like, I don't know. Maybe you should pay someone to do your taxes for you. I said, does it sound like I'm in the position to be paying someone else to do my taxes when I already owe the government money? Oh my God. What is this scheme? God, are you there? It is me, Sarah. I hate being an adult.
Now, I remember my first time doing my taxes. I was confused too. I was like, what are all these? What do all these names mean? I didn't know what the Social Security stuff was and all the healthcare stuff coming out. So I go up to my mom and ask her, like, what do all these individually mean? And she couldn't tell me. She just told me that's what everybody has to pay. That's taxes. No, that was Social Security, healthcare. I probably got a little 401k from my little restaurant jobs I used to work when I was a kid. Who knows at this point?
Well, one thing for sure and two things for certain, I'm not spending any money for the foreseeable future because number one, all this tariff back and forth, snip, snap, snip, snap, who knows if there will be money to spend, right? Or if we're going to have to spend it all on just like groceries and toilet paper. But number two, I just got my tax bill for 2024. And despite being unemployed for literally half of it, literally 6 months out of the year, tell me how I owe almost $4,000. Huh? And don't tell me I did it wrong because we have a CPA, okay? So it's not like we did our own taxes on TurboTax and like did something wrong. Almost $4,000. And I even had tax taken out of my unemployment checks. Okay. So I don't know what's going on. But with my very meager discretionary income, I will not be stimulating this man's economy because number one, I have very little ability to do so. But also, what the f is going on?
One thing I want to know is how did TurboTax catch us straight with this statement right here?
We have a CPA, okay? So it's not like we did our own taxes on TurboTax.
And what I found funny about TurboTax is that they are under all of these TikTok videos and they're like, we can help. Hey, inbox us, DM us, let us know if you need anything. I'm not even mad at the promotion. The effort is admirable.
Why the f do I owe over $2,000 in fucking taxes?
Whew.
I need an explanation because this is the first time in my 26 years of life that I gotta pay fucking taxes. And I thought I did something wrong. I have tried website after website after website. And I still owe $2,000 in taxes.
Dang.
Oh my God, I'm gonna lose my shit. I'm gonna lose my shit.
Don't
I
do
have
it.
until April 15th to come up with that money.
One thing that will humble you is going from somebody who was expecting a refund, even if it was a small refund, it was something, right? To having to pay the IRS money. That is just a different level of hurt right there. It makes you feel like, dang, did I make it? Am I rich? Because this is what people say the rich people do. And I'm looking like, I thought I was normal. And do you know who's feeling it that y'all weren't even expecting to feel it? Because I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's the rich millionaires. It's the billionaires. They need to pay their fair share in taxes. No, it's you. You on TikTok, you on YouTube, you on TikTok Shop, you the UGC content creator, you the influencer. You're paying taxes that you're not used to paying. You thought you were going to get a refund? Oh, what? Because everybody decided to pick up the camera and people were able to make money online. Now we all paying. And I'm one of the people. So trust me, I feel you. And this is why I think it's a great idea that anyone that wants to make money on their own, contact a CPA, a tax professional, a tax strategist, whoever you need to contact to help you make better financial decisions, y'all. Because the amount of people who think that when they become content creators, they're not going to have to pay money, or if they have businesses or things like that, they think as the money is coming in, they can just blow it. It's just simply not the truth. Uncle Sam want his cut. You know how the man get down. Just be responsible, y'all. This is serious business. Y'all don't want to mess with the IRS. And y'all know I like to play, but this ain't a game. Playing with the IRS?
So I owe $13,000 in taxes. Mia, whenever the guy told me how much I owed at the tax place, I just about nearly passed out and almost cried. Well, actually, I did cry when I got home. I was low-key holding off doing my taxes for a minute because I knew I was going to owe this year, and I knew it was going to be a lot more than I owed last year. And to be straight up, I wasn't the smartest with my finances last year. Like, I did set aside a little bit because I knew I was going to owe this year, but I didn't set aside $13,000. And a big chunk of what I made last year went towards paying off my grandma's car, just because I wanted to do something nice for her and take that burden away from her of having to make a car payment, and just I wanted to bless her, you know? I feel like she had been paying off that car for years. I don't regret doing that for her in the slightest, but to be honest, it did kind of set me back just a little bit. And I wasn't expecting the universe to bless me after doing that, but now I'm like, universe, please bless me. But y'all, it is so crazy. Owing the government $13,000 is steep. Taxes are such a scam, I swear to God. I believe it'll all work itself out at the end of the day, though. I just gotta be positive and just believe it's gonna happen.
Universe. It was nice that she helped out her family, but sadly, you know, the IRS don't care and they still want their money. They don't care about what you have going on. They want their money on time. That's if you don't want to pay no penalties. But good for her grandma. That was really nice. $13,000 in taxes is wild, but that must mean she probably made a good amount of money. But it's really sad that she's unprepared because that's a large amount of money.
Hey guys, has anyone noticed anything interesting about their tax numbers this year? I have. It's usually like, you know, like a couple hundred or something that you owe the government. And now it's in the thousands in a way that's a terrifying number. And it's more terrifying because I went onto another tax filing website because I was like, maybe I'm doing this wrong.
Yeah.
And then that website's also giving me those numbers. I'm not done yet, so maybe something's going to happen and they're going to be like, pranked you. But my friends are saying they've got these numbers.
Oh.
We are not wealthy people. This is not an amount of money that we can just be like, yep, here you go. Take that much money. I'm not going to feel that at all. That's like several months of rent money.
Oh.
Like you could buy like a car type of money.
Oh.
Just wondering.
The eye twitch is taking me out. But also, if you look on the side here, it says, what is going on, edit? And once again, we have a classic tale. It's from TikTok income. How did I know? Might be because I'm looking on TikTok at these. They don't withhold federal. So anyone who made money from here owes. This is the first year I've ever made enough for it to matter. Y'all, it's not a game out here. I actually think this deserves a video just for the content creators, because I think a lot of y'all don't know. Whatever you see from your checks as a content creator, you have to look at that and understand that Uncle Sam wants their cut because you haven't paid them anything. They do not care if you go blow all your money. They still want their money April 15th on time, unless, you have an extension or whatever the case may be, some different circumstances, right? Tax deadline is April 15th. Now, she just said she don't got the money. She's a normal person. Shoot, me too. Uncle Sam ain't care. Had to go ahead and get them off my back. I said, here you go. What do you need? Just leave me alone. But she said this is several months of her rent and she ain't got it. Y'all, it's time to reach out to a tax professional, see what you can do.
How much are you guys paying for your taxes? Because me, I'm 24 years old eating a Velveeta mac and cheese in my 2011 Mazda 2 Sport, and the IRS really looked at me and said, you've made enough money this year. You're going to owe $2,456 this year. $2,456? Just for some context, I made $28,000 on my regular job.
Yeah.
And then I made $7,000 on my 1099, which is TikTok videos.
Yeah.
Which is a grand total of what? $34,000. I made $34,000 and they're charging me $2,456. And after spending 3 hours of entering my $3,000 worth of deductions, I still owed $1,500 total.
Sounds about right.
As a 24-year-old who made $34,000, who has about $14,000 in student loans, $1,500. I hope your tax season was better than mine.
You just got to think about it for a second. If you work a W-2 job, generally, if you have it set up for your taxes to come out, because some people got it set up so where their taxes ain't even coming out the W-2 job, but I digress. You might have went out of your way to make some adjustments. Anyway, so they're taking care of most of the stuff for you. Now, I'm not saying they're going to get it right. I'm not saying you're not going to owe money, but for the most part, you're paying Uncle Sam. You have not given them anything for that 1099 stuff that you did on TikTok. They want they cut. It's real simple, y'all. Unless she just doesn't pay anything towards her W-2 job. A lot of people put aside like 30%. I think that's a good number. And this is no financial advice. That was what I did personally. I had to be on the safe side. But definitely do what's best for you. See a professional.
Just did my taxes. Let me tell you, that will make you miss being homeless and unemployed, bro. That will make you miss living in an attic.
Whoa, will it? I gotta see where you going with this before we just be like, yeah, it'll make us miss being homeless and in an attic.
Living in an attic with a big bathtub in the corner. Wearing ski masks every night. Just sitting in front of a space heater till your jacket catches on fire.
May this life never find any of you. What is going on?
Taxes will make you miss that. That price total came up. And me and the employee just stared at each other, bro. She looked me dead in my eyes, did the speed, bro. Looked me in my face, did the... No refund either. Because of this TikTok I got a full-time job. I'm in the kitchen every day. And because I did this TikTok shit, I don't get a refund.
Shout out to everybody that got to pay taxes and paying large amounts, even if it's $1,000. Shout out to you. And shout out to everybody that's getting a refund. Shout out to everybody, no matter what your situation is. But I want to know, did you at least pay your taxes? And did you owe this year? Do you think that it's wild that you have to even pay money if you're a TikTok creator or you have a 1099 coming in from somewhere? Do you think that that should be exempt from taxes? Let me know what you think about all this down below. But we have to start making better decisions today in order to have a better future.